Welcome back to Universal Sports. We're direct from Old Trafford, Manchester. If it is the first time you're watching Universal Sports, don't forget to like, subscribe and share this channel, Universal Sports. We do have live content coming over the next few days, including the AJ versus the Boff fight live from Wembley, and then many other content live from abroad. So today we're going to talk about Manchester United and Erik ten Hag, and the away game we have got a difficult fixture against Crystal Palace. So it'll be a difficult fixture for us because last time we went there we got battered 4-0. We're going to talk about that. Also we're going to talk about who should be starting, because we've got so many players that are going into this game in form, such as Rashford, Garnacho, Ahmad, Eriksen. Man Ugarte could be starting as well. He played really well against Barnsley. And then we have got Delete, Martinez and a few others. So we're going to talk about which players should be starting up front for Erik ten Hag and Manchester United. Also we're going to talk about the big latest news coming out of Old Trafford. The weather, if you can see behind me, that is not going to be staying anymore, which is a big breaking news. So basically they are going to probably get rid of it. Initial plans was to bring a women's team, but we'll talk about that later on in this video. But if it is the first time you're watching Universal Sports, don't forget to like, subscribe and share this channel. So let's start off with Manchester United and Erik ten Hag. So we have won 2 games on the bounce now. 3-0 away victory to Southampton. It was a difficult victory with 35 minutes playing into Southampton's hand, and then we end up winning 3-0. So it was a good 3 goals. Rashford got his first goal after 6 months in the league. Then he's carried the form over to Barnsley game. Then Garnacho also scored, and then Eriksen as well. So Eriksen has got quite a few goals now. He's got 2 against Barnsley, so he's in form as well. So that's the big dilemma now for Erik ten Hag, who to choose. Also Anthony played really well against Barnsley, so he has got a big issue now which one to choose. And also injury boost, we do have some breaking news for injury boost. Rasmus Højlund and Mason Mount are back in training. So Erik ten Hag spoke in the press conference today that whether they'll be travelling down to Crystal Palace or not, so we'll find out tomorrow, but most likely they will be either Rasmus Højlund or Mason Mount. They're looking fit, looking fresh, and they're back in training. They've been in training with the first team since yesterday, so we have to wait on seeing that whether they do go travel down, will they be on the bench or will they be starting. So that's the way we need to find out. So let's talk about Rashford, Mr. Rashford, Marcus Rashford. Everyone's been criticising Mr. Marcus Rashford, but it looks like he has hit his form, and I do think he's suited to play centre forward than his right wing. But then again, it was Barnsley, so you can't underestimate Barnsley. They were a League One team, so people are getting too overexcited. We did put them to bed 7-0, but it is Barnsley. It's a League One team, whereas our team is cost more than £300 to £400 million, and we've put them, which has probably cost them like max 15 million, the top altogether, their team, Barnsley. But you shouldn't get too excited by beating Barnsley 7-0, although it said Barcelona on TV, but don't get too excited with that. But yeah, let's talk about which players Erik ten Hag should pick then for Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is a difficult fixture. Selhurst Park, I remember last season watching them on TV. It was second to last game, and we went there, we got battered 4-0 we got battered, and 4 goals, all faults were Mr. Casemiro, who had to play a defensive role because we had too many injuries back then. But fingers crossed, no more injuries. Delete is back, he played the last 20 minutes. Mazwari is back, he played the last 20 minutes. Martinez was on the bench. So all these players went off injured, or slightly like with an injury or cramp. Against Southampton we was there, I was scared like, right, it's not happening again, but fingers were crossed and they are back. They were back as Barnsley, so they've got a shout to start as well in defence. Manu Ugarte, another one, a big top player. I really liked him. I was watching him really up front and close. He's really aggressive with the ball, proper defensive midfielder. This is the midfielder we were lacking. He's got the legs in him. He was running around all game, getting the tackles in, coming back, trucking back, getting the balls against Barnsley, and then pinging them forward. But with Eriksen, that could be a shout for Eriksen to start against Crystal Palace. But there's a but with this. But Enzi, few others, our midfielder will be left open. We've got Kobe Minu probably be starting as well. So if it's Kobe Minu, Eriksson, then our midfield is going to be ripped open because Eriksson has not got the leg. So for me, ideally, Man Ugarte should start, and then we are like 2-3-0 up against Crystal Palace. Bring on Eriksson just to ease the pressure, and then although he has hit form, he's got 2 goals now against Barnsley, but we have to wait and see what Erik ten Hag decides. But I think Man Utd should start against Crystal Palace. And for me, for starting up front, I think Rashford should start up front, centre forward, Garnacho on the left wing, and then Ahmad on the right wing. Or Anthony's got a shout as well, but Anthony, he did quite well against Barnsley, but don't forget, like I mentioned before, it's only Barnsley, so that he could be in the shout. So there is like big shouts now for forwards. They've hit form at the right time, so it depends who you pick with, but I would prefer go with Ahmad, and Anthony could probably come on the second half or the last 20 minutes against Crystal Palace if we are like 2-3-0 up. Or Rashford up front, then Haaland, if he does travel down to start on the bench, then he could start with Rashford, and then maybe Garnacho could come off, and then Rashford could go left wing. But it depends. But for me, midfield, Man Ugarte and Kobe Minu needs to start with Bruno alongside, and then the back 4, it has to be the same as Southampton. Again, Dalot could be a hit and miss because his defensive record's not that great. It gives us that penalty. But let me know in your comments, what do you think? Who should start against Crystal Palace, and what the score will be against Crystal Palace? It is a tough ground. We're not hoping for a big scoreline. Maybe a 2-0 victory. I'm predicting either Garnacho or Rashford to score them. But for the defence, I am going Mazawari. Mazawari he's played really well since he's come to Manchester United. He's picked up form. And the other one, Matthias Dillett, is a big player who scored that goal against Southampton. Big player for us, and I think he's really good at set pieces, so he could be a crucial for set pieces going forward against Crystal Palace. So he is the one to watch against Crystal Palace, and he's probably hit form now. Although he went off with cramp against Southampton, we did play the last 20 minutes against Barnsley. The Butcher, Martinez, another player to have a shout, that will be starting as well. And then we've got Andre Onana in goal. But let me know, what do you think about that starting lineup for Crystal Palace, and hopefully we should get the win and get the momentum going. We need to build this on momentum. We are really building on momentum. Erik ten Hag making the right selections now. He knows what he's doing, but if he messes up again, question marks over his heads are over. He's under pressure already. So let's see how he chooses his team, and let me know in the comments. So let's talk about that behind us. Yes, my granddad went to there. My father went to that stadium. I was going to take my children to them, but unfortunately, by the time they grow up, they probably won't see it. And there's plans for a new stadium. It looks like in the pipeline, but Sir Jim has said that this needs to go. Pitches are shameful. I'm really disappointed with Sir Jim doing that, but should have kept it as a women's team. Just put it down, because this has got history. This is where we won all the Premier League titles, the Champions League games, all the big scoring games, any like big moments, Old Trafford Champions League nights, Premier League games, everything. All that history is there. All the trophies are in the cabinet in there. We've got the 13 Premier League titles and the league titles before that, 20 altogether, 3 Champions League in there, 13 FA Cups, Carling Cups, Community Shields, you name it, everything, Super Cups, Europa League Cup, everything's in there. So we've got history there, so it'd be a shame to put it down. So let me know in the comments, but for me, that needs to stay and be reduced to the women's only, and then women's can play there. And then over on the other side, it looks like behind Stratford End, the new stadium is going to be proposed to be built, but we don't know yet whether it's going to be there or another location, but that is still in the pipeline. But now they'll be saying that this is going to be destroyed. But let me know in the comments. But if it's the first time you are watching Universal Sports, don't forget to like, subscribe and share Universal Sports, and I'll see you again and live on direct from Wembley.